Yo, what's happening guys? This is King GBL and welcome back to some Pokemon Go action here. This is going to be my first ever video on this channel. Today we're rocking with Swampert, Pidgeot, and of course Noctowl, which is very strong in the meta right now. Everybody knows how strong Noctowl is. I actually got this team idea from one of Zionic's videos, and to be honest with you guys, it performed really well. I managed to get about 200 or 300 elo with this team before I was rocking with the Swampert, Lantern, Noctowl line, which as you guys know is pretty OP. But having the ABB line, I think I prefer ABB lines personally, because I do like to, obviously have more dominant matchups whenever you're running more balanced teams. They tend to get a little bit tight. I do prefer ABB lines because you either win hard or lose hard, or unless you completely outplay the opponent, which does happen maybe once in this video, you can overcome maybe some of those Lantern games. Anyway guys, this is a brand new channel. Drop a like, drop a sub, it'd be very much appreciated. Show some support in this video if you want to see more. I've actually got a couple of the Galarian birds which I want to make a video on. I've got Moltres and Zapdos, and I do want to make a video on Kecleon quite soon, so I pretty much play out my battles every day, so I thought I might as well upload them to this channel. But anyway guys, hopping into the gameplay and maybe a few tips with this team as well. As you've seen at the beginning, the opponent led in with a Sableye. Pretty much what I like to do with Sableye leads is do a Hydro Cannon and dip. With this team, you need to keep your Swampert alive because, if you don't win your lead, unless it's like a Galarian Stunfisk, of course you want to stay in there. But if they're leading in with obviously like a Trevenant, you're going to get straight out of there. But even things like Sableye, Deoxys I've come across a few times, Medicham, you basically want to Hydro Cannon and dip because if you get stuck against like a Steel type or a Bastiodon, it's just over with this team. So you want to keep your Swampert healthy where possible. But yeah, we take out the Medicham, Sableye's coming back in with a little bit of energy. We're going to drop a shield here, pretty easy decision, and here comes the Brave Bird. I don't know about you guys, but I just absolutely love Brave Bird. I actually kind of hate playing against it, like Talonflame is probably my least favourite Pokemon to face because is it going to be Flame Charge, is it going to be Brave Bird? But anyway guys, next game it's a Walrein right here, and this is quite interesting. We just go for the Hail Mary, we go for the EQ. The Walrein's like, yeah, Hydro Cannon, I can tank that. You cannot tank an EQ, my friend. You can just about, but we're going to farm him down here, and they come in with Trevenant. Hello, Trevenant. Hello, it is your best friend Noctowl right here. Seed bomb me all you like. There's nothing you can do, my friend. I actually like to do like a little undercharge. I don't like to stay in here for too long. It's always tempting to go for a ton of energy against Trevenant, but if you can get out of here with about a Sky Attack, I sort of overcharge that a little bit, and he actually comes in here with a Runerigus, which I haven't seen this in a while. I haven't seen this since probably like Season 12, like the beginning of Season 12. He does rock to me. We actually do get the Shadow Ball off right at the end here, which is absolutely perfect. Gets him pretty low, obviously, and we just go straight for the Hydro Cannon right here. We have no real need to do anything funny. Of course, he puts up the shield, and he's gonna hit us with whatever. We can just shield this. We don't have to do anything fancy. Go into the Pidgeot. I knew that he had an Icicle Spear tanked. I knew that he had an Icicle Spear stored. And obviously he just top left there. He realizes that the game is over. I just wanted to be a little bit fancy there. I knew that he had it, so I just decided to catch it right there. And guys, hopping into the next game, this line is interesting. It got me up from about 2100 elo. I was just dying with that Medicham, Lantern and Noctowl game. Like, I just died with it. I done really well with it for a while, and then I don't know, people started countering that team. So I swapped it out to this, and it got me back up to around 2400, so definitely very happy with that. That's probably my best ever elo in the Go Battle League. I've only started playing this a couple of seasons ago, and we're finally getting the right sort of meta Pokemon, and he comes in with a Kanto Ninetales. I haven't seen a Kanto Ninetales in a while as well. For some reason today we're getting all the spicy Pokemon coming through. Of course we can just let this go, get a little bit of farm on, not Trevenant, Swampert. We only overfarm a little bit because we don't really need to be we don't really need a ton of farm with this. We don't need to be fancy. We've got a shield. I think they can know Solar Beam as well, so I'm just not messing around. We've got a low Noctowl. I can come in with Pidgeot, get a little bit of farm with this. Just, shield up the Sky Attack. These battles that you're witnessing right now, they kind of just played themselves. We'll tank a Sky Attack here and get him down into Feather Dance range. And yeah, we'll get to see what's in the back here. Feather Dance, he actually shields that, which is so surprising, so I'm like, yep, you've got like a Trevenant. I predicted a Trevenant in the back at this point, and he does come in with the Medicham. It is Brave Bird time, my friends. Goodbye, Medicham. We're going to bring in the Swampert here, go for the Hydro Cannon, and that's another good game. Guys, as you can see, this team, it does absolutely dominate the Medicham and the Trevenant teams. It can get a little bit sketchy. For this team, I sort of was safe swapping in the Pidgeot quite a lot, because you do want to keep that Noctowl, obviously, for your Galarian Stunfisk matchup, if you do happen to get that, because it can do a lot better than Pidgeot. But we've got ourselves a Walrein here, and he goes for the Icicle Spear pretty much off the rip. I'm going to go for the bait here. We'll see if this connects, or if he... Okay, he actually decides not to shield that, and he's going for another Icicle Spear. This guy's not playing it funny at all. We decide to tank this one, and as I was saying to you guys earlier, I want to try to get some sort of advantage before I dip out of here. Let's see if he shields this one. He doesn't shield it, so I'm like, okay, I need to keep my Swampert healthy a little bit. I've kept a little bit of energy on it, and I'm going to eat this Icicle Spear onto my Noctowl, which brings me down to about 50%. Back in comes the Nidoqueen. Of course, that's why we kept the Swampert, and you never really know what's in the back. That does about half health. He's down to about half health after that Sky Attack. Let's see what he decides to do here. He's going to Poison Fang, and can we get a move off just before he farms us down? He just about gets the farm down. That's neither here or there. We Hydro Cannon the Nidoqueen, and in comes Trevenant, my friends. We didn't get the swap out just in time. I think we were actually going for the Hydro Cannon, and he can probably see the writing on the wall at this point. I'm going to Feather Dance the life out of him. He's going to Seed Bomb all he wants. I'm just going to farm up a little bit, get some Feather Dances off, and yeah, this is going to be a good game. I have seen a lot more Trevenants in the games more recently. Of course, at the start of the season, everybody was running the new Wing Attack update, so you've seen Charizards everywhere. I can't believe he actually shielded that, to be honest with you, so we're going to go for the back-to-back Feather Dance here. I was really surprised. He double shields this. I couldn't believe that he actually decided to do that. We can let this go because we've double debuffed him. I think he's quadruple debuffed at this point, because the Feather Dance double debuffs the opponent, and he comes back in here, and he's just going to get himself a nice little Feather Dance just to go home with, and we make it a lot match with one shield in play, and that's a good game. So yeah, it is really about dancing around a little bit. You don't want to stay in with Swampert for too long if it's not a really positive lead. You do want to keep it in the back just in case. And here comes a Buzzwole. I was seeing some funny Pokemon today. I just finished these battles a little while ago. We're going to store a Hydro Cannon and get into our Pidgeot. Like I said, we're doing sort of a safe swap Pidgeot here. He goes for the Power Punch. I was expecting a lunge, so it's definitely an interesting moveset, and this alone in Ninetales is just going to absolutely destroy my Pidgeot here. We do get the Brave Bird off in time, which is the thing about this Pidgeot. You know, it'll either draw a shield or get the opponents really low. So we can obviously come back in with Swampert here and go for the farm down. We can tank a Weller Ball here, but we do decide to shield it up. Not sure if that was the correct play, but we've got two Hydro Cannons here. We're going to go for it against the Buzzwole. We're probably going to hit this and dip again, yep. In comes the Noctowl for the farm down. Get a little bit of energy, and it is our best buddy, Lantern. Lantern is a big core breaker for this team. It is very difficult to overcome. These Shadow Balls do about 30%. So we're going to need, if he shields here, we're going to need about 4 or 5 Shadow Balls to take this out. So I decided to let this go. I was hoping I would just survive, but unfortunately wasn't able to, and I actually misclicked here. I was clicking on the Shadow Ball, and I misclicked and ended up throwing the Hydro. I wanted to at least build up to the Earthquake, but as you can see, we do get him quite low here anyway, so I think Hydro Cannon actually was the play. It was quite lucky. He's got another Surf. This is going to be very, very close. Can we get the farm down before he gets the Surf or the Electric Shock down? It is extremely close, but 1 HP in a dream. We do manage to take it out. I think he was just at the Surf right there, and definitely that was a bit of a lucky one right there. And next game right here, we have an Umbreon, a nice shiny blue Umbreon lead. Shiny Umbreon looks just absolutely amazing. Honestly, it's such a cool Pokemon. Not a cool Pokemon for this team though. Umbreon is a bit of a problem. It's not because he like hard counters, you know, our team per se. It's just he's a bulky mon. Let me know if you guys watched the GBL Championships in Liverpool. Umbreon was just putting on an absolute clinic. I think it was Human Catcherbug, I think that was his name, who actually won the Liverpool Regional. And he was running Umbreon, and it just... The funny thing about Umbreon, it wins the Medicham match in certain scenarios, and it is just extremely bulky. The only thing that you can really sort of hard counter it with is Charm, or... which isn't really that popular anymore. Charm, or maybe like a Shadow Machamp or something. Umbreon is very, very strong in this meta right now, so I think I might actually build one. I've got a shiny one with good IVs. I think I'll probably build it and make a line with it at some point soon. It does cost an awful lot to get a good IV Umbreon GBL ready for the Great League, but he comes back in with the Umbreon. The Skarmory as well is a bit of a problem for this team because it resists all of the flying moves, so we only really have Swampert for it, and yeah, we're not looking too great here. We've got the Umbreon quite low, which is one problem out of the way, but what is in the back, and we have a Skarmory to deal with, so I'm trying to get as much energy here as possible with the Noctowl. I decided that I should shield this up and try to just get an absolute ton of farm, which I'm not sure if that was the correct play. I feel like I maybe should have put it onto the Swampert. He shields up the Sky Attack. We go for another one right here. Let's see if he goes for the double shield, which kind of lets me know, like, okay, he might be a little bit weak. He makes a fucking amazing catch here. He swaps in the Venusaur and catches the Hydro. I don't know if he was just like trying to do that, but that was an amazing play by the opponent. He's got a Venusaur in the back. I could sort of read that he was weak, so I was trying to go for the combo play, and he either read that or for some reason decided he wanted to get some energy in the Venusaur. Absolutely fantastic play right there. And yeah, he's going to Sludge Bomb the Noctowl. We're going to get off the Sky Attack, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference here. Pretty strong team the opponent's got, and of course we just top left. He's going with the Umbreon, Venusaur, and Skarmory. Just a very, very tanky team, and it kind of destroys this line right here. So, good games to the opponent. Can't win them all, unfortunately. I think towards the end of these battles, I was starting to get a lot of like free twos and stuff like that, and he comes in with a Galarian Weezing, which again is another interesting one, and he catches the Hydro Cannon on the Toxapex, which is not great. So we've got two Pokemon that are potentially weak to Swampert here. We're going to farm up a little bit here and swap out to the Noctowl. I know this is going to be a Sludge Wave because there's no real reason. Noctowl pretty much never shields the first attack, unless it's maybe a Thunderbolt or something like that. But yeah, it's looking a little bit sketch here. We're going to farm up, He goes for the Brine here, which I think is probably not the correct play. He maybe thinks that he can farm down, and we do get the Sky Attack off. So if he lets us through, we've got 1 HP in a Dream, and we have 1 switch advantage, which is going to be pretty huge for this game. We come back in with the Swampert here. Of course, let the clock run down first. Come back in with the Swampert. He's got a move ready. I do not want to eat a play rough or anything like that on this, but he's got a brutal swing on this bad boy. I was expecting maybe like a play rough overheat. I'm pretty sure that's what Weezing can run, and we just boom him with the Earthquake, and we go into the Pidgeot. The opponent sees the writing on the wall, top lefts, and that's a good game. Guys, definitely enjoyed this line. I'm gonna switch it up here and obviously run maybe some Galarian Birds in the next video, maybe a Kecleon. If you guys do want to see more of these battles, and if you did enjoy the commentary and everything like that, drop me a comment down below. It'd be very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm. Drop a like. I'd very much appreciate a sub on the channel if you guys do enjoy watching these sort of GBL battles. From my perspective, I'm somebody who's never hit Legend before, so I am trying to hit Legend for the first time, and I'm trying to kind of study GBL to try and get as good at it as possible. So you guys will be able to see the journey from maybe like a sort of lower level player. I'm not like a pro player who's making these videos. It is somebody maybe who's at a similar elo to you, trying to obviously build up to that Legend rank. But guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.